Hello, welcome to Cinephile Entertainment. I'm a cinephile critic, and today I'll be reviewing this movie. May a gentleman buy you a cup of coffee? A gentleman may. Do you know of one? Book Club. So Book Club is directed by Bill Haldeman and stars Candice Bergen as Sharon, Mary Steenburgen as Carol, Andy Garcia as Mitchell, Don Johnson as Arthur, Jane Fonda as Vivian, Diana Keaton as Diana. The book club is about four women that have grown together and they're still really tight in their older or the later part of their life. And so what you have is you have Vivian, you have Sharon, you have Diana, and you have Carol. Vivian is a very independent woman. She is a formidable business woman. She has she owns a hotel that is doing extremely well, and anything that she wants, she goes for it. And in her case, especially when it comes to material or business wise, things have worked out very well in her life. And then you have Sharon, and Sharon is a federal judge. She doesn't seem to be able to find, loved ones, and also her ex has kind of moved on to someone else, someone younger, that classic cliche, someone really young and dumb. So he's moved on to something like that, and she's kind of feeling away. And also her son is getting, engaged. Then you have Carol, who's been in a relationship for 35 years with her husband Arthur, but since he's been retired, they haven't got it on. She is craving intimacy, but he's having issues, not necessarily getting it up, I should say, but feeling, there comes a stage in some people's life that they question their value to the world, and they have other issues, they don't feel useful anymore. And so those types of thoughts and everything else can make it problematic when it comes to trying to be intimate with a person that age, and then also biology and everything else. And then the last person you have is Diana. And Diana is a person who is a mom. Her husband passed away, I think, about a year ago, and she has two grown children, and they're moving, I can't remember what part in America, but they're moving somewhere else. And she's thinking, does she leave her, should she stay where she is, or does she move and be with, basically be the nanny, for her daughters. Partnership, she has a second chance of finding love. And so that's kind of what it is those individual journeys of how they approach relationship in their years. Things I will say about this film is I actually do like the subject matter. I think the subject matter is quite important, because there's this thing, there's this unspoken rule in society that when you are reached a certain age, it's a wrap for you. You're old, you're terrible, just put yourself in a bin and just leave everyone else to get on with their life, which obviously is not true, especially with the age or the dawn of the internet. Things are changing and older people are able to find companionship. I did see a trailer for this film. When I first went into the theatre in this film, I wasn't looking forward to this film. I thought I could read what the film was already from the poster and the trailer, and to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. Even though you have the backdrop of 50 Shades of Grey in this film, it's not really about 50 Shades of Grey. I think the raunchiness of 50 Shades of Grey, this type of erotica book, is something that, they try to use to move the plot along. So I was surprised about Vivian. When I saw the trailers, I wasn't really sure. She seemed like my least favorite character, but she's the most realistic character of them all. She's a busy woman. She still runs a hotel. She has a quiet time. She likes her own space. She's one of the women in this film that is, I will say, a snapshot of what quite a few women in a certain class and with a certain education is like, if they never decided to settle down with a partner. And those types of women I don't think get explored enough. personally in films. She has this more realistic approach to relationships. She's not shy of what she wants. You know, she kind of reminds me of that film that I think it's called Mrs. Salon. Kind of reminds me of that woman, but older. You know, she has principles. You know, she's not, but she's not tied down to emotions. It takes the right person for her to even feel a tad bit secure in their, you know, as being vulnerable, because she doesn't really have to be vulnerable in her life. So she doesn't choose that type of, that quality to put her trust in people with that, you know, vulnerability, which makes sense. What really irritated me about this film is the storyline of Sharon. Sharon, she's a federal judge. I find it very hard to believe that a woman that is in her situation, that is in her circle, that has the kind of connections that she has, that meets the type of people that she meets, would be single for 18 years. I highly doubt that. And that's why I say with Sharon's story, it's very frustrating, because they strip her of all her goodness. Like, you know, because they want the majority of them to be single and encounter a relationship. They couldn't be a relationship that is doing okay. All these four friends have to have a problem in order for this film to work. And that's where, you know, that's where I feel that the film starts fading, is with the script. Because why would you take away, if you're going to give Sharon this storyline, then give it to her in all its glory. Why take it away? Because all you're just doing is cheapen the rhythm of her life. Diana, who's, you know, done by Diane, she's very skittish in all parts of her life, with her children, in her home, with her, you know, her friends. And it's like, I know people who are older, right? I know, and they're white as well. I know white women who are older, who are of the age that these women are in the film. And some may be quiet, some may be, you know, as I said, skittish in certain areas. But across the board, they know who they are. You know, they know what they like. They are assertive, because at that time, you know who you are. You're cemented in your ways. So you wouldn't be, oh, am I stepping on toes? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I can't stick up for myself. Oh my God. No, that's not what happened. I think some of the characters that they made in this film, they really reduced them to simpletons. There's no levels of complexities. There's no natural element about them. It's a fantasy version of four women, part of a book club, trying to find love, and using the backdrop of 50 Shades of BS to do it. And so what you get is, if you use 50 Shades of Grey, you're gonna get 50 Shades of BS in the film. And there's definitely shades. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't count how much, but there's definitely shades of BS in this film. And lastly, I feel was a very interesting storyline. Carol and her husband, Arthur. That dynamic of her still being very much interested in intimacy, and him kind of feeling withdrawn, and how they kind of meet their medium in order to get back to the place that they need to be, I think is actually really, really well done. And I thought that was one of the best parts of this film. And so was Vivian's story. All the other two, they just made a massive fumble with their character development and their character arcs. But I say this film does have issues. Now, I want to say the pacing of this film has issues. There are some funny bits in this film. One of the things I will give this film props is it knows its audience. And that demographic is usually, it's going to be older people. It's going to be older people coupled, you know, I would say anywhere between 40 and upwards. I would say some people younger will enjoy this film, especially if you're watching it with your mom. It's a bit of a laugh, I will say. The film's actually okay. I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. You do not have the same situation as a 50 Shades of Grey. This film is much better. Anyone who likes that film, good on you. Good on you for seeing the positive in that film. But I will say that this film is E for entertaining. It's fun in this film. There's pleasant moments. Like Vivian's one of my favorite characters. She kept me all the way entertained. And Sharon, to some extent, up until, you know, that they didn't give her the necessary gravity that they needed to as a character. And I did really like the storyline with Carol and Arthur. So I thought that was really good. So I think overall, you know, the writing is not too bad. There are really good jokes, and you know, it definitely hits its target audience very well. Let's get a conversation started. What did you think about this film? What did you like this film? Have you seen this film? Would you see this film? Did you dislike this film? And what else film with book in it did you like? One of my favorite book club films is the Jane Austen book club. Oh, I love that they're going through her books. Jane Austen, I love Jane Austen. Thank you for watching my review. If you liked what you've seen, you want to be a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. If you're thinking, oh no, darling, I need to wait, I need to see what else you've got. So you've been missing quite a few times. I'm going to be very careful of how I subscribe. Then that's fine, and hopefully I will see you again soon. And remember, until next time, keep safe. Bye.